If your baby's bleeding and it's severe, doing these steps could help save your child's life. First thing you need to do if you have a large amount of bleeding is you want to take some sort of gauze, anything you can find around you that's absorbent to stop the bleeding. I'm going to apply pressure, but if it keeps leaking, it keeps bleeding, and you see that it's getting red and that it's dripping more, we're going to apply more. Just grab more from your first aid kit. I'm going to leave that first one there. And I'm going to grab bigger pads or more pads, whatever I need to try to fill in that area. And my goal is to hold pressure until the bleeding stops. Once the bleeding stops, I'm going to want to wrap it up so that way you can comfort your child. If you need to, you can check other injuries. And to wrap it up, we have a couple options. We could use roller gauze, which is great. And we have the self-adhesive wrap. Either way, when I'm wrapping, it's always best if you have somebody else there that can help you. But if not, you can do it on your own. We wrap furthest away from the heart and bring the wrap up towards the heart. This will help eliminate and slow down the flow and bring back those toxins that were stuck down there. As you wrap this up, you want to make it tight enough. My hand was holding, but not so tight that I can't get it off. So if I have this, I can just keep it off and it'll adhere. If not, I'm using the roller gauze. I want to make sure I tuck it or tape it to the site. So it should be tight enough. If I can fit a finger under there, it's good. If I fit 3 or more fingers, too loose, not going to do its job. If I'm going to the hospital, make sure we've already called 911 or you're going to the hospital. If it was a minor bleed and you didn't think it was that bad, we give this 10-15 minutes first before we look at it. So if I peel it off, it'll start bleeding again. So you want to make sure that the pressure is holding tight, and when it is stopped, I don't look at it. Every time I look at it, the clots that are coming up to the skin to stop the bleeding are super sticky. They're going to stick to this material. So if I peel that off and want to put new stuff on, it's like starting all over again. So it's like peeling a scab off. It's going to take time to heal. It's going to take time to slow the bleeding down again. So give it 10 or 15 minutes before you even decide to look at it if you think it wasn't that bad and you're not going to the hospital. What about tourniquets? They won't work under the age of 2. They just can't get tight enough for the traditional tourniquet. So we want to make sure we're using direct pressure, holding firmly. If you have a hemostatic gauze for a large wound, that would also help you out. I hope these tips helped you out and you enjoyed them.